You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherlands calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.
Yeah, well,
after centuries of misguidance caused by slavery, colonization, lack of awareness of our history, and institutional disinformation, a new Africa is on the move, determined and getting organized. Afrika tuko pamoja. Welcome to the United Kingdoms of Great Africa. The United Kingdoms of Great Africa is the credo of the alliance movement of all African intelligences around a common ideal: the unity and development of a strong, conquering, and completely dedogmatized Africa through the channel of a strong organization called the Africa We Want Global.
Let me.
You are an African, Afro-descendant, researcher, historian, scientist, or simply an NGO. You want to be part of this great historical march towards the total freedom of an uninhibited Africa. Visit our website www.africawewantglobal.org. Register and discover the range of our platforms for change.
Yes, can everyone hear me?
AfricaWeWantGlobal.org. Join the kingdom, be part of it. An initiative
Yes,
of
can you
Dr.
hear me?
Susan Tata.
Somebody should alert me, please, if they can hear me. Someone should alert me, please, if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Should I proceed? Please, somebody should alert me if they can hear me. Oh, thank you, ma. I've seen you. Greetings, everyone. This is Aliyu Suleiman today on the show in the Pan-African Daily TV. Today, I will be talking about that the youth of Africa, or on the topic that the youth of Africa must engage in building Africa, because the future of Africa is in the hands of the youth of Africa. Almost 60 to 70% of the African populations are youth. So the youth must know that the responsibility of building Africa and making Africa great lies in their shoulder. But before I proceed, let me give a small history on the reason why the African youth must engage in building Africa. First of all, we remember the struggle of our founding fathers in Africa. When you look at the struggle of so many African countries, you will recognize young men and women who are in the process of making their countries great again. If it is in Nigeria, you will discover young men and women who are in their 20s and 30s who make Nigeria great. If you move from Nigeria to Ghana, you will recognize young men and women, even in Ghana, who work for the betterment of Ghanaians. If it is in Namibia, the same thing. If it is in Cameroon, the same thing. So what have they done? What have they done during their time as leaders of Africa? If you look at it clearly, you will understand that our founding fathers have struggled for the political independence of Africa and they have succeeded. What is it that our youth today are doing in making Africa great? Because our founding fathers can claim that they work for the what? For the political independence of Nigeria. Although some may not agree with me that we have political independence, but to some extent there is evidence to demonstrate that we are now holding elections ourselves in the continent of Africa because of the struggle of our founding fathers. If it is in South Africa, you will discover the young men and women who make their contributions, because history has demonstrated that throughout the ages, young Africans have always made their contributions. If it is in South Africa, you will discover the young men and women who make their own contributions. How old was Nelson Mandela when he joined the struggle in South Africa? How old was he? How old was Oliver Tambo when he joined the struggle? How old was Bantu Stephen Biko when he joined the struggle? How old was Chris Hani Baragwanath when they joined the struggles? And those people are the people who work and fought the racism and the apartheid regime, which was instituted in 1948 in South Africa, then known as Azania. They are the people who work for the betterment of that country. And we remember during the struggle of apartheid regime and during the struggle of racism, Nelson Holisasa Mandela was once imprisoned because of the struggle. We will not get it easy, African youth. We will not get it easy. If we said we will work, we will not get it easy. We must be ready to sacrifice everything in building the continent and in making the continent great again. Let me tell you something. The time of thinking about our Nigerianness is not now, or it must stop. The time of thinking our Ghanaianness must stop. The time of thinking we are Malians must stop. The time of thinking we are from Cameroon must stop. This is the time of us to start thinking that we are an Africans. It is only the African youth will do that. Because when you travel to Europe and America, they don't see you as Nigerian, they don't see you as Cameroonians or the Ghanaians or the Zimbabweans or the Central African Republican or the Congolese or the Nigerian. They don't see you as that. All what they see is your skin color, which is black, and they see you as Africans. That is why when they are dealing with us in Africa, they don't separate, they don't distinguish. No, they don't do that. They enslave us everywhere. They enslave Nigerians, they enslave Ghanaians, they enslave everyone. So it is time for the African youth to start thinking that we must stop thinking as only our small countries. Because if we are thinking as small countries, we will not go anywhere. And let me give you a small scenario in Africa. It is only in Africa that you will see a young men and women thinking that they prepare to go to Europe and America and have degree in Europe and America. They don't want degree in Nigeria. They don't want degree or BSc in the Cameroon. They don't want anyone in the University of Rwanda or in the University of Cape Town in South Africa. They don't need from Ahmadu Bello University in Nigeria. They don't need anyone. All what they need is to acquire certificate or degree in the United States of America or in Germany or in the United Kingdom or in any other European countries or America. That is what the African youth are after today. We must stop thinking as that. That is why when I see my brother from the Gambia, Usman Toure, debunking a scholarship to study abroad, I was glad, and I'm still glad, because this is the Africa, or this is the confidence I want to see. Was it last 2 months ago? I was on phone call with Usman Toure, and we discussed extensively about, because I'm a kind of people, so I'm a kind of person who engage myself in poetry activities. I used to do poetry and public presentations, and I have won one competition here in my country, Nigeria. And we were on phone call with Usman Toure, and I asked him, Usman Toure, why did you choose to study in Rwanda, despite the fact that all the things necessary or all the things needed were not in Rwanda? You can find them in the United States of America. The luxury things is to be found in the United States of America and their allies. Usman Toure gave me this answer, and this is the answer he gave me, and I was glad when I hear that. He said, what I want is not in the United States of America. What I want is in Rwanda. He wants to land, or he wants to study under the Rwandan model. This is the reply I got from the Usman Toure of the Gambia. He wants to study in the Rwandan model, and I'm very glad for that. Usman Toure said, I want to study in the Rwandan model. I look forward to the day when the African youth, young men and women, will have this thinking, or will have this mentality of knowing that we must have self-esteem, self-discovery, and self-proud of our continent, of the mother continent, Africa. We must have that proud. We must start thinking that what matters is the continent of Africa, and we must start respecting the continent of Africa. Because let me tell you something. There was a saying, and I believe this song used to be sung in many African countries. It used to be sung in Nigeria, and I believe in Ghana, in Rwanda, in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is the thing. When we were in secondary school, they did. And I believe they did it in so many African countries, that the song is, we are the leaders of tomorrow. This is what they said. This is what they sing. And they did that in order for us to pay our school fees. We must stop thinking, or we must start thinking outside the box as Africans. They said, we are the leaders of tomorrow. And the politicians of the day had ensured that that tomorrow never comes. As African youth, please don't bother me, sorry about this. As African youths, we must stop thinking that we are leaders of tomorrow. We must start thinking that we are not leaders of tomorrow, we are leaders today. Okay? We should start serving today. We must tell the politicians of today that the tomorrow they have been talking about is today. That is it. We must tell them that the tomorrow they have been talking about is today. The African youth, this lies in your shoulder. In Nigeria, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Dr. Inamdi Azikwe have done their own path and they have gone. In the Cameroon, Ahmadu Ahidjo, he has done his own path together with his colleagues and he has gone. In Mali, Modibo Keita and his allies have done their own job and they have gone. In Guinea, Ahmad Sekou Toure have done his own path and he has gone. In Guinea-Bissau, Amilcar Cabral has done his own path and he has gone. In Namibia, Sam Nujoma and Herman Adimbo Toyivo have done their own path and they have gone. In anywhere in Africa, many African countries, or everywhere in Africa, everywhere in Africa, you will recognize that our leaders in those days have done their own paths and they have gone. We today in the 21st century, on the date of present day, on the 12th of March 2022, what have you done as African youth? I think this is the question that we must start asking ourselves. They fought for the political independence. Are you going to fight for the economic independence? We are in the 21st century, but the world did not bother about us because we did not respect ourselves. When they are inviting people to have meetings in the United States of America and in Germany, our leaders are not respected. When we are dealing with the health sector in the world, they don't respect anything that comes from Africa. If it is not so COVID-19 expose it. No African countries produce COVID that is accepted by the United States of America and the other part of the world. They don't accept the medicine that we made because we are not proud of our continent. We must start thinking that Africa is our personal interest. Africa must be our personal interest. Do not be cheated, my fellow Africans. Do not be cheated. Do not be deluded, my fellow Africans, that the world is full of benevolent individuals and institutions who want to lift Africa from the morass that she now finds herself. The reality is, the poverty of Africa is the glory of some civilization. Poverty is an industry. Ignorance is an industry, big industry. And there are those who want Africa to continue to wallow in poverty, to wallow in ignorance, because it is their safest path to their continuous benefits. The day we wake up from that reality, I think the safer we are. We are leaders of today. We are not leaders of tomorrow. We must start serving today. Leadership is intergenerational. You are not leader unless you grow leaders. Mother Teresa of India or Mother Teresa of Calcutta, this is how I understood her. She said, when you entered into a dark room, or when I entered into a dark room, I wonder why it was dark. But I lit a candle, or I lit my candle, that it may contribute in destroying the darkness. In a nutshell, what I am saying is, as an African youth, you must also play their own path in making Africa. Don't ever think that what you are doing in Africa is not being recognized by the wider world. Don't think like that. When you are doing something, keep doing it. Don't, it's like a politician. When you are doing something as a politician, you don't need to come and spend 1 hour in the media and all other social media handles explaining what you have done. When you have done something as a politician, you have to keep quiet, stay mute. The things that you have done is going to speak. It's the same thing to the African youth today. When we are doing our own things, we shouldn't put in our mind that we must be recognized and honored. We shouldn't think it like that, because Africa is our personal interest. Leadership is intergenerational. Leadership is intergenerational. As a leader, as in Africa, you should not thinking that all what we are saying, what we are saying today in Africa must happen during our lifetime. If we think as that, we are deceiving ourselves. We are deceiving ourselves if we think. If we think as that, we are deceiving ourselves. Because leadership, as I said, is intergenerational. Because when you plant a tree, you should plant a tree in the knowledge that you will never enjoy her shade. When you plant a tree, another generation, okay? When you plant a tree, another generation will water the tree. Another generation will prune the tree. And another generation will enjoy her shade. The only pleasure we have as African youth, we are the original planters of the tree. Then history will remember us. That is the pleasure we have. That is the pleasure we have. And let me give you a small scenario. When Dr. Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana is struggling
to acquire freedom for the Republic of Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah was very young at that time. I think he is aged between 30 something to 40. But the sense and the faculty of thinking that Kwame Nkrumah possesses is something that you can imagine. As young he is, or as young he was, he is not thinking only about Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah was thinking about Africa. That is the reason on the 7th of April, sorry, on the 7th of March, on the day that they celebrate the independence, on the 7th of March 1957, he remembered, he reminds the people of Gold Coast, he reminds the people of Ghana that, look, the independence of Ghana means nothing. The independence of Ghana means nothing if the rest of Africa is not free. And not only him, there is another one individual that I remembered, the former president of Burkina Faso, or the former president of, yes, Burkina Faso, then known as Upper Volta, Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara is a very young individual. I think he did not go to anyone's university. But what he is saying, or what he was saying during his time as the president of Burkina Faso, he is telling the people of Burkina Faso that the youth must engage in politics, because a military without political knowledge is a potential criminal. And this is what he said. I am reminding the youth of Africa, they must recognize that they must have political knowledge, because politics is at the very heart of human development. It is only through politics we are going to make this continent great again. Leadership, there are leadership in different aspects. There is political leadership, there is military leadership, there is economic leadership, there is religious leadership, every kind of leadership. But the most greatest and the most powerful aspect of leadership is the political leadership. Therefore, we must engage in the political aspect in making our countries great. We must engage in that. I remember another young individual in person of Ahmad Sekou Touré of Guinea. He was very young in 1958 in the city of Conakry, when the people of Guinea and their colonial master, which is the French said that each and every African country that is under the control of French administration must vote for yes or no. Yes or no. And the people of Guinea and the other countries that was colonized by Guinea, by France, like the Niger Republic and the Malians and the Chadians and Burkina, all of them vote for yes. It is only one country that voted for no. It is only one country that voted for no. Guinea, Conakry, under the tutelage and leadership of Ahmad Sekou Touré. But day before the election, he went around in the city of Conakry, reminding the people of Conakry that we prepare poverty in liberty, the riches in slavery. This is what he was saying. And they had him so eloquent. This is what he was saying. We prepare poverty in liberty, the riches in slavery. And when they casted their votes, it is only Guinea that remained independence, that regained her freedom in 1958. Later on, Mali under Modibo Keita followed them, and many French followed them. But when the French are leaving Guinea-Conakry after they voted for yes, it was Ahmad Sekou, it was, they ensured that they destroyed everything that they cannot take. When they cannot take something, they destroyed it. And that is why they leave Guinea in poverty. No economy at that time. It was Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana who came into rescue mission and donated almost $50 million to Ahmad Sekou Touré in order for him to revive the economy of Guinea, and they did. That is the confidence I want to see. That is why, well, in 1958, they formed a union government with 3 presidents of Africa: Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Modibo Keita of Mali, and Ahmad Sekou Touré of Guinea. They served, that should be as embryo of the United States of forming the United States of Africa. In Nigeria again, if you look at who struggled in Nigeria, you'll understand people like Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, people like Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, people like Ahmadu Bello Sardauna, people like Obafemi Awolowo, people like Chief Ladoke Sholanke, people like Chief Oluo of Lagos, and many of them. At that time, there was a time, I remember, was it in 1957, if I'm not mistaken, during the Constitutional Conference in London, one morning, Chief Obafemi Awolowo saw Sardauna. He greeted him, Sardauna refused to answer in London. He greeted him again, Sardauna refused to answer. Chief Awolowo replied by saying, Prince, they used to call Sardauna Prince at that time. What is the matter? Sardauna replied, your boy have seen me twice and he refused to greet me. Chief Awolowo did not ask why. He went around to look for the boy. Luckily, the boy was on delegation to London. He saw him. He held him by the arm and granted him before the Sardauna and said, kneel down and greet the Sardauna. Next time, if you see the Sardauna and you don't greet him, I will dismiss you from my party. I am not training a party of irresponsible people. Imagine, Sardauna was the leader of NPC in Nigeria, and Chief Obafemi Awolowo was the leader of AG Action Group. But they forget about their differences. They forget about the political affiliation. They forget about their religious affiliation. They forget about their tribal affiliations. They are thinking of Nigeria. What are we thinking of Africa today? The youth. I'm asking you this question. What exactly are we thinking? We must come and start talking to our leaders in a manner that will not make them anger, but in a manner that will open their eyes to start thinking in some useful ways. Without much wasting of time, I would like to stop here due to some technical issues that I have seen now. Thank you very much.
You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.